Hi. So I got my first official diagnosis of bipolar in 2006, and I never really known how to process or deal with my emotions, so I had to really teach myself. And so I had from about 2006 to about 2010, I was living at home. And for a couple years there, I wasn't really working. My job was my health. And I had this book where I started really investing in like how to take care of yourself and really like doing a lot of little like daily activities that you can kind of see right there. They're like listed, and I just found this today. So I thought I'm gonna go through it. I'm gonna film myself going through it and see what I have in here. Um, so the first little section I find. Of course, some of it I may be able to, discard in some fashion, but so I have information about Medi-Cal because I was living in California, so I can get rid of that. My rights. This is an old bank account, and it doesn't matter anymore because it's so old. Oh, here is another birth certificate. So that's important. I'll keep that. I have like several now. My passport from when I was a child. I didn't like this is some of the stuff in here I'm surprised at. A pay stub from 2008. You don't need to keep a lot of those if it's like past like what 10 years or something. Some of the stuff I can't believe it's in here. Okay, here we're gonna get to some good stuff related to mental health, I believe. Okay, so this is interesting. Must be a picture that I drew of my feelings, maybe? So it says Ashland. I was living in California and escape. So I was trying to escape. But there's also a wrist with blood coming down, so slit wrist. And then this is interesting. Like my heart is broken. It's just an interesting picture. And then I'm rooted, and it's very like childlike. I don't. It's very like childlike, and there's also this little like kind of. It's like two different areas. It's like something peaceful that I love, like a nice thing, and then here's something torturous, and in the middle is just like escape. So both of these are forms of escape, but maybe one is positive and one isn't. So that's interesting. And then I'm feeling listless. This was a feelings chart I had up, and I wrote I'm feeling listless because this is feeling list. I was just being silly, but it was like I had it taped right next to my bed, and I could look at the words. This was before they really had any apps. This was in the 2000s, which was, yeah, they didn't really have apps. And then let's see what this is. It looks like this is a schedule I filled out, but it's very faint. So I'm gonna stop with that. Here we go. A checklist. Multiple that I done. Multiple intelligence checklists. And I'm gonna look at this later. 7 kinds of learning styles. And it looks like I had circled linguistic, interpersonal, and intrapersonal. So I'll keep that, look at it later, recycle that. Here is, so I had also was struggling with some body dysmorphia and anorexia. And so I was keeping track of what I was eating during the week. And I was undiagnosed celiac at this point. So I couldn't eat very well, but I was trying to be aware of that. Here's a pen. Does it work? It does. Cool. Okay, let's see. I think there's some of the stuff that I'm not gonna need anymore that I can actually give. Here's my Medi-Cal application. Oh, it's a college paper. And I'm going to keep it. Here is an information about borderline personality disorder from, because I thought that I had that. Now what I do have is CPTSD and bipolar, which can often look like borderline. But I have nothing against borderline. I don't know if this is at all useful anymore because it's from 2008. So I'm going to put it over here in case somebody could find it useful. Here's another one of those. Here's a calendar, a Billy Graham calendar, and it has, what's interesting about this, it has all the meds, my meds taken, that I took my meds each day, and had written it down. And I think this is when I had my period, these lines here, so, or maybe I was saying that I had taken them and I was just drawing a line. I was a Christian back then, and then here is a calendar. I don't know. This looks like it was my mother's calendar. That she's writing about. Oh, but then I came into this, and this is in 2000. So it looks like my mother had started using it, and then she must have given it to me. It doesn't say the year. Oh, 2006. Okay, so 2006. This was a really intense year for me. And so if you look down here, starting in July, it says cutting thoughts, anxiety. So I was thinking about harming myself, self-harm. And also that I had PMS in that time period. So I was trying to be as very like specific with what I was doing for my mental health. Even though I was in this really tumultuous time. I did stretching. I stretched. I didn't exercise because of my back. I guess I just had a sore back or something. I don't know. I'm anxious about school because I was working then. So I was anxious about going back to work. And just starting to, yeah. This is the first when I got the diagnosis. I had a lot of cutting thoughts, anxious, self-harm, I should say. Self-harm thoughts. Sorry if I'm triggering anyone. So this is when I was doing my teaching job and that I got let go of because of my mental health. And so I would come home and say I took my medicine, and then I had a lot of like, this is what I was feeling during the day. Recycle that. Here is, I'm not sure what this is. It looks like some kind of different kind of circle of like thinking about thinking and then examining, and then it's just kind of interesting. Here's my patient confidential information. It's telling me, because I was constipated a lot, so it's telling me to take that. Another one of these. I design these every week throughout the month, as well as putting my pills in order. Something from Kaiser. Another one. Here is a monthly mood chart, and I think I'm going to, this is an extra one, so I'm going to give this to somebody. But then, you see, I've been doing it, and I think that I think this was something I had made on a spreadsheet. My own. Yeah, here we go. Monthly mood chart. Another one. So the one that was empty, I put in a pile to give to somebody if they wanted. Yeah, so here is like, this is what I had made. And then this is an example of what my therapist had made. So I think what I did is I ran out and then I just made some for myself. Okay. Something from my doctor, giving me information about what I can do. Hypnosis and EMDR.